Hurry! It's gaining on us.
Laura looked over her shoulder. She could barely see anything in the inky darkness of the forest, but she could make out the movement of overhead branches and undergrowth, inching closer and closer with each passing second. Her heart was a thunderous roar in her ears as she turned back. Her lungs were on fire and her muscles screaming in agony from the exertion, but the more pressing visceral terror pushed her even faster. It was all around them, charging the air and radiating from their bodies, choking and blinding them as they ran haphazardly through the trees, low-lying branches, and undergrowth whipping at their exposed skin. It didn't matter where they were going or what direction they were taking, only that it was away. That's when Laura suddenly pitched forward. The world turned into a chaotic mess as it tumbled before her eyes, the ground and sky exchanging places so quickly, they blurred into one. A blinding light suddenly consumed everything, accompanied by a piercing screech that tore through the air. Laura finally came to a halt, the world still again. She lay there in a tumbled heap, sharp, small stones digging into her already bruised skin. She tried to get up and call out to her friends, but her body wouldn't respond. Every inch of her was screaming in pain, even worse than before.
Oi, what's wrong with you teenagers?
Laura was barely able to lift her head, grimacing in pain and squinting her eyes against the still glaring light. A red SUV stood a few feet away. Near the driver's open door was a furious-looking man with a close-cropped haircut, dressed in an emerald green football team polo and blue jeans.
Oh, come on, Richard.
The passenger's door opened, and a lady dressed in a long, flowing, golden yellow strapless dress with matching heels and her hair in an updo stepped out. She gave the man an angry look of her own.
Can't you see they're hurt?
Fiona!
The man called as she briskly walked toward the downed group, but his wife completely ignored him. Lowering herself in front of Laura, whose head had gone down in exhaustion, she brushed away the stray hair lingering in her face.
Don't worry.
Fiona whispered comfortingly.
You're going to be okay. You're safe now.
Turning back, she shouted.
Richard, get your butt over here and help me get them in the back.
Alongside her husband, who was still somewhat fuming, but now also concerned, the couple escorted the 5 injured friends, 2 boys and 3 girls, into the vehicle. They tried to ask the group what had happened to them, but still dazed from the fall and petrified with fear, no one answered the couple's questions.
We're going to get you guys to the hospital, okay?
Fiona reassured once everyone was inside, but only Lizzie and Jake managed slight nods. Worry in her eyes, Fiona turned to her husband.
Hopeview General Hospital is not too far from here. We can go there and step on it.
Before they could speed off, however, Laura chanced to look out the window. Just at the edge of the tree line, before the small incline that met the edge of the road, was a pair of bulbous, ruby-red glowing eyes staring out of the darkness. This wasn't over.